So joining us now is the world-renowned doctor and chief scientific officer at the wellness company, Dr. Peter McCullough. He's been with us so many times, and I've always loved his professionalism. His insight has really helped us, again, especially through the pandemic time that our country faced. He, in my opinion, with a few other my friends that I personally have personal relationship that were on the front line as well, these are the guys and girls, in my opinion, that all of us should be paying attention to. Dr. McCullough, again, thanks so much for always making yourself accessible to us. I'd like to do a quick update. We're faced with the pandemic of bad eating. I know that someone that I did work for in 2016, which is President Donald J. Trump, is bringing now in RFK. We're going to tackle this thing finally for the first time here. I'm looking at the difference between us and Europe, what's going on. Can you some kind of way bring a marriage into what we just saw with the pandemic, how bad eating is contributing to that, and help us understand why we're going to have a wellness company like yours to really help us out of this deluge here? Dr. McCullough, please.
Well, thanks for having me on the program. We can't tell people what foods to select to eat. People are going to make free choices. However, the food that's available, there are certain ingredients that the consensus is that they're sufficiently dangerous. They just shouldn't be in the food supply at all. So RFK and Trump really should unify the academic community, which has been calling for years to ban trans fats from the food supply. The AHA, American Heart Association, has a resolution in 2009. The WHO says this should happen. New York City, Bloomberg did make it happen, 2007 to 2011. And trans fats levels, which trans fats directly cause heart blockages and heart attacks and strokes. Bloomberg banned it. And trans fats levels in the bloodstream dropped in New Yorkers, and heart attack rates dropped. So now it's time to get this over the finish line, get trans fats out of the food supply like they are in Mexico, Germany, and a lot of other countries.
You know, I'm glad that you said that because, again, I remember having you on just a few years ago, and I know you've been with me several times, and you have no idea how much information you gave helped so many individuals. We have a very large audience, and I say that with all humility. We really do. Our social media clips, they're always on the side of viral all the time. When I put things out, and again, there were, individual groups that were trying to ban us, et cetera, but we always found a way to navigate around it. You spoke of these things even during the COVID era. And the reason that I say that is because we saw a direct correlation of individuals that were not healthy, and then all of a sudden here's this drug being introduced to them, and unfortunately it did a lot of damage. Are there protocols out there that could really help begin to turn this tide, Dr. McCullough?
I have two peer-reviewed publications with a team of authors. It's now called McCullough Protocol Base Spike Detoxification. It's a method of helping the body rid itself of a residual protein from the infection and other aspects that have influenced us through the pandemic. And it involves the natural products, Nattokinase, a Japanese discovery, Bromelain, derived from the stems of pineapples and the meat of pineapples, and Curcumin, derived from turmeric. These are naturally available supplements. They're given in higher doses. Wellness companies combine them into an all-in-one capsule plus some minor ingredients. It's called the Ultimate Spike Detox. Again, two peer-reviewed publications, now an additional supportive publication, which we demonstrate that it clearly worked. And these are supplements that are so beneficial. Many are considering them, in a sense, lifelong because they protect against heart attacks, strokes, and the progression of atherosclerosis.
Should we, as a public, then, Dr. McCullough, be concerned, for instance, when we look at various other alleged things that are coming down the pike, bird flu, et cetera, and it's always, no one believes, and I just have to say this candidly, no one believes the CDC anymore. Again, and I think rightfully so. They've proven to be agency that I personally hope is dismantled. I hope that there's a separation between them and the FDC and et cetera. When individuals hear you and individuals like yourself, that you took a lot of criticism, by the way. It wasn't just guys like me and Steve and others that constantly pushed your material out there. You were right. And again, you didn't pay me to say this. I have nothing to do with your board or anything else like that. I just followed the science, and you were correct on topics of this magnitude. So when they begin to release a deluge of bad information, we're about to get sick here. These things are now being transferred from those who are vaccinated to those who are not. Should we be concerned, Dr. McCullough?
We should take practical steps, what I call rational readiness. And for instance, the public health agencies will quickly talk about masks or social distancing, but instead they should be talking about nasal sprays and gargles, because the viruses and other organisms, they easily get around masks. People don't wear masks all the time. And so what happens is, for instance, the virus lands in the nose. It's in the nose for about 5 days before it starts causing symptoms. And so what you want to do is you want to do a nasal spray, from a saline nasal spray, povidone iodine, xylitol are the common ones, and then a companion gargle twice a day. The peer-reviewed published literature suggests this. I've interviewed so many people now who are down to 0 colds. That means no flu, no head cold, no pandemic virus, if they will do nasal sprays and gargles twice a day. Far more effective than masking.
He is the doctor and chief scientific officer at the wellness company, Dr. Peter McCullough. Always, sir, thank you so much for your time. Your body of work speaks for itself. And of all of my personal friends, and I have quite a few that are medical doctors, I really mean this with all sincerity, no flattery. I'm really, really honored that you would take time to share with our large audience information that I really believe really makes a difference. Dr. Peter McCullough, everyone, go out and check out the wellness company, Dr. Peter McCullough. Coming right back.